Good Friday afternoon, Southside Church family. Looking forward again to seeing you Sunday for our worship services. Remember, we have two services for now, 9:30 a.m. and 11 o'clock a.m. Most of you have signed up for one of those two services, and we hope to see you again this Sunday. Now, a couple things I want to call your attention to that have changed since last Sunday. We were at 33% capacity. Now we have been given the freedom to have up to 50% capacity in our church services. So we have about 180 seats in the sanctuary, and we could take up to about 90 people for each service. We won't have any problem doing that. So if you have the freedom to come again this Sunday, please do. We'd just love to see you. If you're still sensing that maybe you don't need to be there for a few more weeks, just hang tight at the house and keep watching us on Facebook Live at 11 o'clock. And then you can pull up our service on our website, Southside Baptist Glasgow at Weebly.com, or on YouTube the next day. Janelle McGuire's been good about posting those on Monday for us. Or you can go back and rewatch the service again on Facebook Live. Let me let you in on a couple other things. One is this. Some of the guys have been down there working at church, on a church property over the last couple of weeks, and now that the weather's going to be pretty good for the next week at least, they're going to try very, very hard to get as much of that dirt work done as possible. Chad needs to get his big dozer, his big D10 back to the quarry so he can have it there. So as you drive by and see some of the changes that's happening there, just want to encourage you to be praying for the guys that are working down there, Chad and Jimmy and Keith and Frank has been down there. Danny Whittle's been down there. Keith Weaver's been down there. Bobby Bishop's been down there. But the majority of the dirt work's been done by a couple of guys that are there. So just encourage them, pray for them, pray over them, pray hedge protection for them. And they greatly appreciate it. They're doing some work that most of us cannot do. But there will be some grunt work for us to do here in the next couple of weeks. And we're waiting to hear back when we will be ready for that. So we're going to need to be able to put some drops in, some drainage pipe in, and we're going to need some people to help us out with that. We'll let you know in the next week or so when we're ready for that. Now, we're hoping to have Sunday school ready to go back in July, the first Sunday in July. We're still contemplating that, looking at that, how that's going to look. And if so, then we'll make some adjustments with the two morning services at that time. But that's just sort of in the next couple of weeks, so be on the lookout for that. One other thing I want to call your attention to is if you watched the Facebook Live service last Sunday, you should have caught something that was a God thing at the end of the service. If you didn't, I'd encourage you to go back and watch it again and pay attention at the very end of the service. But I'll go ahead and tell you now, a few weeks ago, as I went by to get the church mail, someone had come by our church mailbox and put an envelope in there. And when I opened it up, in that envelope was a check to our church for our building fund for $100,000. Now, can I get a witness with that? Can I get an amen with that? And we've tried to tell everybody in the church about that. We tried to let you know the best way possible. But God is not just a good God, but God is a great God. And he is greatly to be praised. And we give him praise for that. So we're going to celebrate that. That has given us some extra funds in order for the guys to be working down there to get our property and our site done so we can walk through the next process. So just want to encourage you with that. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. I'm going to be preaching through and on the book of Jeremiah, just sort of a survey of that as we deal with the topic of revival through the month of June. And so looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. Until then, Lord bless you. Have a great weekend.